Welcome back, everybody,
Welcome
to Talk
back.
Dodgers to Me.
Yay.
We're at episode 19.
Holy crap.
Look at us go.
What are we doing for 20?
We have to think of something exciting and big.
I know.
Because we did something really cool for episode 19 today, guys.
We have a really fun episode for you today.
We do. We just got to talk to some really cool folks, fans of the podcast, fans of the Dodgers, as we are.
Okay, they were all smart, cool, funny, nice, positive.
Yet great ideas.
They did. They gave us some great ideas.
And experiences and memories.
And this is truly why we started this from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. And you know what I also realized?
What?
Every single one of them, this is not intended. We had 4 people on today's episode that we talked to. And every single one of them is born and raised in LA. Or like the greater LA area.
You're right.
I was like, wow.
Well, Will said he
was born here.
He was born here and then went to Texas and then came back? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, so we're the only ones that
just
are
us.
from LA.
You know, but I like to think that we've both earned our stripes. I mean, I've been here 14 years. I think you're just under that, right? Like you're
13.
Yeah, so you're
2011.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we can be considered locals at that point.
I feel like I grew up as an adult here.
Yes. And I say all the time that I think that actually holds more weight because you grow so much in your 20s. Mm-hmm. Like where you are at 20 to where you are at 30, like you are different people, at least in my experience.
Absolutely.
So it was more, forming of who I became in my 20s than definitely in my, teens or single digits of age.
Yeah, I don't think any of us came here really knowing anybody.
No.
I mean, the Dodgers became such a part that connected me with LA. And the reason why I even say today, I'm like, I can't leave. I can't not live in LA.
Yeah. I can't not because
I can't leave the Dodgers.
My job is also here, so I can't leave. But also, yes, I wouldn't want to leave my boys.
So we talked to 4 different people, like Allie said.
Yeah.
And got to talk to fellow Dodger fans.
Yeah. We're excited for you to get to hear it, to get to meet them, get to know a little bit about.
We could have talked to
folks.
each of them for an hour straight, but we tried to cut it short.
We had to limit ourselves. We had to try to stay on track, which mainly all of that thanks goes to Adam behind the camera, Mr. Producer Man, because otherwise
Adam helped us through it.
Yeah, we would have gone far over, and it would have been a 4-hour episode, which would not be nice to us in editing or you to listening.
And we're going to keep doing these. So,
yeah. So write in, tell us, if you want to talk to us, we would love to, maybe we do these once a month or something like that. But yeah, we're going to do more. This is the first of many. It was a fun little change up. As much as we love talking to each other, it's also very fun to talk to you guys. So.
And we not only talked about how they became Dodger fans, but also how they're feeling about the Dodgers right now. Mm-hmm. So you'll hear how we're feeling about them too, because it ain't pretty.
Yeah. we're all struggling a little bit,
but we're I
positive.
Was just so impressed that every single one of them spun it positive like we do on the podcast.
Yeah.
All of them.
And as I said at one point in this episode, we're either being positive or delusional. And either way, we'll find out.
It's a mix of both. And I think we're all really relying on Mookie Betts.
Mookie, come back soon, please. We need you.
Take us to the promised land.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
enjoy.
Stick around for episode 19.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
You're our first one, so we're just getting used to it.
As she leans forward
Adam,
again.
I'm probably going to lean forward the whole time.
We're recording on audio. We're recording on video. Maile, we're going to record the Zoom link, okay?
How are you today? Good to see you again.
Oh, yeah, you guys met.
I'm doing well.
Yeah, I met her in the flesh.
Well, whatever. We chat all the time.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. She's much better on the socials than me. I sound like a grandma even saying it that way. The socials. Yeah, we're doing real good over here.
Welcome to our recording studio.
Yeah.
That's good to see. Well, I mean, I see it. So usually when I listen to the podcast, I'll watch the video on Spotify too.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I just feel like just listening, it's not the same as like actually seeing you guys talk.
Yeah.
So
You don't get all of our personalities without our faces.
Sometimes I think we forget to acknowledge things to the people that aren't watching.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, well.
You know, very much still a WIP over here. His glasses are back on.
Really, Adam?
Okay, hey, I'm sorry, Miley, but
Oh yes,
Adam
we're
just
supposed to
Put on the
actually
sunglasses again.
I have to be the producer and we have to keep on schedule. So
true. So we should actually start talking about.
I knew. See, I just want to talk to everyone forever.
Yeah, we just want to like ask how they're doing. How's
Okay,
your
but
day?
we need to acknowledge Adam is wearing the sunglasses again.
Yup.
I don't think I'm on base with that.
Okay, so you're on team me.
Yeah, but Mookie can do it. 'Cause
Yes.
That's what I said. That's my answer.
Adam, I put a poll on our Instagram today to see if people were on or off base with it.
Who's winning? Do we know? Or like what's winning? Because I
Off
said Mookie.
base.
Oh, I was like Mookie.
Off
could do
base
it.
is winning, so we all feel the same.
did you ask specifically if anybody can do it or if I can?
I wrote on base, off base, only Mookie can.
Which was my answer.
Hey everybody, we have Maile with us right now. Hi Maile.
Yay! Hi, Miley. Which I got to meet at a Dodger game recently.
I'm
which was
very
so
jealous,
fun.
but we will meet soon.
Yeah. And so, wait, tell us how long you've been a Dodger fan for.
And where you're from.
I am from the LA area and I have been a Dodgers fan for 27 years. So
Nice.
as long as I've lived.
Wow, I love it.
I count when I was a baby.
There you go. But yeah, no, this
That's
is
what
our
everything's
first
for.
like conversations with fellow Dodger fans,
Mm-hmm.
podcast style, live. Well, I guess it's not live. It's live
It is-
for all three of us.
But this is really why we started this in the first place, because
Yeah.
we wanted to find more Dodger fans to talk to.
Yeah, we wanted to find more people to just have conversations with and find out the reasons why you guys love it and the things that you remember, like that are the most memorable moments for you guys. And
So when did you become a baseball fan and a Dodger fan?
Yeah. So yeah, when I think I went to my first Dodgers game when I was like 6 months old. I think that's what my mom said. So I've been going to games, lived in the LA area, so like ever since I was little. But when I like first really started liking baseball was probably when I was around like 9 or 10 years old. I was taking some summer classes and they offered a fantasy baseball class. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll take that. Like I like baseball. And I was the only girl in the class, which is crazy, but it was really cool at the same time because I learned all about like the baseball's like statistics and like reading the backs of baseball cards. So that's like how I really got into it. And yeah, I've just been going to games my whole life and like really love it. And I wish I had more people to talk to about it. So I'm really glad I was like able to find you guys.
That's so cool. I love. She's like me. She likes the nerdy statistical side of it. It's fascinating, right? Like
It is.
when
Yeah.
you get to
I'm
learn
actually oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just say that's hardcore. Fantasy baseball is no joke. Like I play fantasy football, and that's like already intricate enough. But fantasy baseball for all season long, that is dedication. So I commend you on that one.
It's a lot. It's definitely very daunting to like see all the statistics and like read through like Baseball Reference and like Baseball Savant, all those sites. But yeah, I'm doing my master's in data science right now, so I'm gonna do my thesis project on like pitching injuries in major leagues and like how it has changed from like before the pitch clock to after the pitch clock, and like is that really a factor or is it velocity? So like all those different things. And
can we read
yeah,
it?
it's really
when
I
you're
know.
done?
I was like, can you once you like get an A+ on this, can you send it to us to like review on the podcast? For you be like,
I can't wait to hear what you find out.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I just started on it, so I literally just came up with the idea like a couple days ago.
That's brilliant though. Because I mean, look, that information could be very useful to the MLB. So
you could sell your
send it to us
thesis
and
to them.
Seriously.
I mean, the idea is to be able to work for them one day, so hopefully.
I think you're gonna
she's
do
putting it
that,
out
and
there.
then you need to let us know when that happens because we will be cheering you on the
Absolutely.
sidelines because that is so cool. It's you and my fiance's like dream jobs.
We could have used
work
Nick
for the MLB
in the booth yesterday with that umpire call.
Oh, we could.
Although it would have never even gotten to him because it wasn't reviewable, which is the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yeah, I saw that play. I don't know how he could have gone to the ball without going to where
Right. It's like he's
in
not
front of the base. So
he's not
and he wasn't even blocking it either.
He wasn't. I was like, he's not interfering it. I don't like. It made no sense, and he was out, but maybe not a mile, but he was out by like definite inches. So it shouldn't have mattered anyway. It's not like he was ever blocking him at any point.
Yeah, that was really stupid. Very mad about it.
I was watching that as I'm at the LAFC game, and I'm like watching one thing, yelling about this while like they were doing actually good. So.
I was glad to see Dave Roberts get so mad. Someone on that team needs to get mad.
That's true. That is true. But okay, also another question we have for you: what is your? Because you've been to a lot of Dodger games, which when we met at the stadium, you told me the coolest thing. It's definitely been in your family for a long time, like diehard Dodger fans, generations back, which so cool. But do you have a favorite memory with, you know, of either watching the Dodgers or being at a game? I mean, there's probably so many to.
And your family likes so many different teams.
True.
Friends, family. Well, my boyfriend's a Diamondbacks fan, and then his mom is also a Dodgers fan. His stepdad is an A's fan. So yeah, it's all different teams in this house. But yeah, I think probably my favorite memory is I don't know if I sent this story to you guys when you first started, but I was in San Francisco for a Dodgers away game, and we happened to be staying at the same hotel as the Dodgers players, and my sister and I were in an elevator, and we went down a few floors, and then in walks Clayton Kershaw. And I knew instantly that was him.
Just like starstruck.
I mean, you could just tell, like,
immediately.
Yeah. And so then I like kind of like nudged my sister. I was like, oh, hey, like look at him. And then she kind of noticed, and then we just both started laughing really hard. And then he started laughing. So I think he knew we recognized him.
Were you wearing Dodgers clothes or anything?
I don't think so. I think we were leaving that day, so we weren't like wearing anything.
Okay,
but...
you weren't like on your. Well, I guess you wouldn't be on your way to the game because
you weren't like in his jersey.
I wish, but
we
could have
signed for me.
That would have been like the perfect opportunity because like there's no one there, like no security or anything. Like it was just him, but we were like teenagers at the time, so we were too nervous to say anything. Aww. But I think he appreciated that. Like I think he was like, oh, these girls like recognize me. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorite memories.
That's so cool.
Not game related, but I did go to the game where Kershaw broke the strikeout record for the Dodgers. So that was really cool to see.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, those moments, you just get chills. I literally just got chills even thinking about it. Such iconic, memorable, moments to be at.
How are you feeling about the Dodgers right now?
It mixed feelings. I think like it's, I think the trade deadline that the people they got like was good. Like I would say like they could have done better, I think, but I mean I am excited for like everybody to come back, and I think Miggy just came back yesterday.
Yeah.
Was that yesterday's game?
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm excited to see what the team will be like come postseason. So hopefully it'll be different from past years.
Gosh, I'm like, please somehow do something different to not repeat
everything
the
is
same
kind
things.
Of trending towards the same thing, but I am remaining hopeful. We have a lot of players coming back. We're in struggle city right now, but it's gonna turn around. It will.
We're either gonna be positive or delusional about it, one way or the other. We're gonna.
I remember, I think it was in 2019 when they lost to the Nationals in the division series.
I was at one of those games.
That game. Oof. And it was like when the game they like finally lost. Yeah, it was just a very like you could tell the whole mood of the crowd was just completely like distraught. Like nobody could believe it because I think that was the game the season they won like 100 plus or like a crazy amount of games, and everybody was expecting to get to the World Series, and just have it end there. It was like kind of shocking.
Was that our 106 season?
I think so, something like that. Yeah,
it may have been.
What was the year we won like 106 and the Giants won 107?
Oh,
they were just like one game ahead of us. I think it was not that far back. Let's hope for a different outcome this year.
Point is, we've had too many 100+ win seasons, and
which is amazing that our team has been to the postseason so many years in a row. But it's frustrating that this conversation continues year after year when we get cold in the postseason.
Because you feel like a broken record at a certain point.
Someone's got to step up in that clubhouse. Honestly, someone needs to step up. And you know what? I think it's going to be Mookie.
You think so?
Yep. Do we have Mookie?
Well, I told her.
Oh, Mookie's still broken.
Mookie's still broken. I broke him.
I just sent you the bobblehead, so hopefully you get them for next time.
He's going to be front and center, added in there. He'll do therapy sessions, and Mookie will rile him up. That's what we're hoping for with the team in the future. But no, I was going to say, I joked with her that, we need something to light a fire in our team. And I was joking that I've never really been making a reels kind of a girl, but I told her that we needed to, there's the trending sound of like the emergency calling whatever trend that's going on right now on Instagram. Yeah. It's like we need to do one with like the Dodgers at the moment. We're just like,
I want to shake them. Someone.
Yeah.
Light a fire under these guys.
You guys have talked about like needing like that someone on the team needs fire, and like I fully agree with that. Like Tommy Pham for the Diamondbacks last season was like exactly what they needed. They needed like a veteran and like tough player.
Guys, we just need Bryce Harper. I know he really loves the Phillies, but send me Bryce Harper.
Yeah,
for multiple reasons.
Like, I heard he's like a really good guy too. Like when Freddie was with his son in the hospital, like he reached out to him a whole bunch of times. Like
and then their moment on first base together when his first game back.
He's
was
perfect.
So sweet.
He has the fire. He's an incredible, talented player. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He loves Freddie.
Yeah. This is our plea, all three of us right now. It says our plea for Bryce Harper to leave the Phillies and come to the
never
Dodgers.
happening.
Would they have Bryce and Freddie on the same team though?
Probably. No.
Didn't Bryce sign
a
really long contract with him?
He's a Philly for like ever pretty much, but also they're both first basemen. It won't work out very well.
He also loves playing for the Phillies.
He does. Look, I'm kidding. He'll stay a Philly. But can we find someone who's not a utility player, who's not?
We're done. This is our team. We're set. So.
I know. I'm just meaning future projections.
They missed out on
future seasons. Who is the other Bryce Harper that embodies like good dude but has fire?
Mookie. He can be the Bryce Harper of the Dodgers.
Yes, but we need to see him have that fire because he's more of a soft-spoken dude, lead by example.
Well, how mad must he be? Sorry, I keep leaning.
I just did it too.
How mad must he be that he was having an MVP year and then he gets hit in the hand?
Friggin' hand
So now he's been out, ruined the chances for that, right? He can't get it still. He's been out for too long. So he's going to come back with that fire that we need and ignite the team. Okay? Watch.
Yeah.
Watch it happen.
I hope you're right.
And Daniel Hudson's going to go back in that dugout and say, remember, we're the Dodgers.
Well, I need Joe Kelly to start doing that because that is a very Joe Kelly-esque thing to do. Like, he's got a lot of fire. So I need him to come out of the bullpen for a hot second and go into the dugout and shake them a little bit.
Don't you wish that they all were together?
Yeah, but I
think the guy who needs the fire can't be like a relief pitcher like that.
Yes.
You know what? They need Alex Vesia's fire. Alex Vesia needs to go in that dugout and just rile them all up when he's not playing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's pitch that to the Dodgers. Adam, you'll cut that clip and we'll send it over to them.
Yeah, they'll listen to it immediately, for sure.
Well, thank you so much for coming and chatting with us. This was so fun. We could talk to you for the rest of the episode.
That's going to be our problem is trying to be not too long with these because we're like, well, we could talk to each of you for like an hour and 20.
You should come back and chat with us when when you're done with your paper and tell us all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be next year.
Great.
Well, maybe
yeah,
like
next
let you guys know.
season.
let us know how it's going, like halfway through or something.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
What your
I might reach out to you if I
hypothesis?
have any questions too, because I'm kind of like stuck on what I like some ideas for things, and
Oh yeah.
I'll reach out to you if you need,
Nice.
need anything.
Anytime. And I'm sure
love
we'll see you at a game soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll text you when
Yeah.
we're there next. We have fun bags we need to bring and
Oh,
share.
I saw those. Those are so cute.
Right?
She
I
did
saw
such
like
a
the
great
the
job.
logo, right? That was on the
Yes,
clear bag.
yes.
Yeah, those
I
are
love
so
it.
cute.
She did an amazing job, so
I
I'm
know.
excited to use them.
I know. All right. Well, we will talk to you soon.
So lovely to talk to you again and to
Thank
well
you.
talk to you and see you again.
And I know we'll talk soon.
Yeah. See you at a game.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Oh, nice.
Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
Good. Hopefully you can hear us good.
We can hear you.
Yes,
We can't see you.
we can
though.
hear you.
Unless you don't want to be seen.
Oh no, let me see.
If you want to be seen, awesome.
There
If you
we
don't,
go.
oh, look at that. See, we gotta see it. You're decked out in the gear.
Yes.
You guys join
look
me.
at that.
She dressed all cute tonight, and I was like, why didn't you
there
tell
we
me?
go.
She never tells me if she's dressing cute or if she's wearing a t-shirt.
We
so I'm
always
coming
dress
in blind. So
We
I
all-
went with the tried and trusty true. 2020
oh, we gotta have
championship,
some
sir.
Dodger on.
Yeah.
I don't know nowhere without some Dodger.
Oh, that 42
Okay, we
hat
have
is so cool.
bobbleheads. I've got the Dodgers cup.
She
Okay.
does. But that 42 hat is awesome.
You know, I want that hat.
42.
I want
Yeah.
that. Let me see your shirt. Your blue shirt.
I want a party.
That's amazing.
Like it's 1988. Yeah, that'd be great. I would
Yeah.
love a 2024 party like it's 1988.
Yes.
Like it's 1988.
I got a few concerns with that potentially happening right now, which we'll get to. I'd love to hear what you have to think on that. But
Yeah.
So we're
You're
gonna
in a rough patch right now.
Oh, I
Yeah. I
know. We're
was
gonna
like,
ask
is it
you a
just
little
me?
about that later.
nice. Well, thank you guys for joining us. So we have Moy and Junior with us to talk a little Dodgers.
Hey guys.
So thank
Hi.
you for being here.
We're so happy
Hey.
to talk to you and meet you.
yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you for having us.
Yeah,
We're excited
absolutely.
to be here.
So tell us where you're from and how long you've been a Dodger for. A fan. Well, I mean, if you've been a Dodger, that's great.
That'd be awesome.
We all wish we were, right?
You know,
Yes.
we're on the team. It's a we kind of thing.
I really
Yeah.
do feel that when I talk about them. I'm like, yeah, my boys, me, we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we always say, you know, we're winning or we
Yeah.
won, so we're part of the team.
We are.
And we all
are.
think we're at one point managers or GMs, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Every other day, truly.
Yes.
Right.
But you want to go first? Go ahead.
Me,
Okay.
yeah. Well, I was born here in LA and currently from Inglewood. I live here in Inglewood. I've been a Dodger fan since, gosh, I'm gonna say early 90s.
Nice.
So I was maybe 10, 11, 12 around that time. And that's only because, you know, I was introduced to it around that time, introduced to baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So same thing here. I was born and raised here in Inglewood. And then I've been following the Dodgers since probably mid 80s. That's
Okay.
when I started.
So you were
watching
young. You were young, but you got some of the championships. Do you have a memory of those?
Oh, definitely.
Ooh.
Definitely I
cool.
do. Oh yeah, from 88 I remember it. I was one of the funny things, I used to play Little League, and the year we won the championship as Little Leagues, the Dodgers won as well in 88. So it was I was like, oh, it was pretty cool. We're champions, Dodgers champions. So that was awesome.
That's amazing. And you guys are
Best.
family, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our
Well,
wa-
our wives are sisters.
Oh.
So just to make things easier, I just call him my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Are they Dodger
Nice.
fans too?
Yes, definitely.
Love
good,
it.
good women. You
Love
know?
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
My wife, not as much, but she loves supporting me, and she'll go to the games with us, and she roots them on.
Love.
That's
I love
what we
it.
Yeah.
like to hear.
Look.
Do you have any other favorite memories?
Memories. Oh, I have so many. I mean, it's hard to pick just one, just because I've gone to different stadiums to see them play. And I've seen one of my most favorite memories from here, from watching them here in LA, was I think it was 2012, if I'm not wrong, where opening day, Kershaw against the Giants.
Yes.
And that was, I think, from all the games that I've been to, that's probably one of my favorites, where I like to say he single-handedly beat the Giants because it was a shutout win,
I mean, he kind
a
of
complete
did.
game, and then he hit a home run to win the game.
Oh, that's the
That
game
was
he hit
an
the
in-
home run.
Yeah, that was an incredible game.
Yeah.
He did it all.
I
He
was,
just did it all himself.
I was there.
Is that the
I
year
was
he
there
won
with my
MVP?
wife,
I forget.
and it was one of the best memories that I have.
I'm jealous.
I know. I wasn't at that game, but man, I wish I was.
Kershaw is the reason I'm a Dodger fan, so that is that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, one of the all-time greats, Dodgers.
Oh yeah.
Right.
The I think I don't follow other teams as much, but I think as being a Dodgers fan, I mean we're so blessed with so many memories. And like my compa was saying, it's hard to just pick one, but definitely one that I was at was I want to say it was 2004 maybe, when Steve Finley hit the grand slam to win the division, and again against the Giants.
So we gotta include the Giants in there somewhere, you know?
Yeah, you have to.
It's not a true
That
Dodger
just makes the
memory.
memory better.
And
I was gonna say it's not a Dodger memory if you don't have them in there.
yeah, and that was an awesome one just because it was, again, to beat the Giants. That's one of the things I like about going, especially to the baseball games. It's just everyone feels like family, especially in a moment like that.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as Steve Finley hit the home run, I didn't even realize it was a grand slam. All I knew is we needed one run to win the division. Steve Finley hit it. Everyone's already jumping up, high-fiving. Not until afterwards, we're like, it was a grand slam. I'm like, holy cow.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
He was like, I'm not gonna give you one, I'm gonna give you 4.
Exactly.
So you guys have been Dodger fans for decades. When did I know some people don't like to call it a rivalry, but we've had the rivalry with the Giants for so long. When did the Padres come into play, and this like heated rivalry between us? What do you guys think?
The like little the younger sibling vibe.
The little brother, right?
Yeah, like when did
to
that
call them
come
the little
into
brothers.
play?
I think that's more recent.
Yeah, it feels like
it's more one-sided, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely, but it's more of a recent rivalry that they like to call. I still don't see them as a rivalry with the Giants.
Yeah.
Totally different.
It's not the same. It doesn't have that history, so it feels, in a way, it kind of feels more petty.
Do you think it's when Manny went over there?
That's when I attribute it.
That's about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's about right. And then they had the one, I think one where it took off was, what year was it that they beat us in the playoffs?
Oh.
And they started celebrating like they just won the World Series.
Yeah, that was only like 2 years ago.
And I'm like, guys,
Yeah.
I'm like, you still have some ways to go. And guess what? You didn't get there. So shove it.
Yeah, the Padres, I think they just keep trying to push the Dodgers buttons, the fans and the team. You know, when they posted or they did that
the meme?
Kershaw
the
crying
Kershaw
or
meme.
something.
I'm still mad about it.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to sneak themselves in there into a rivalry, but
they just want to be in the conversation and being talked about, which I guess they're getting by this.
They're getting there.
So am I just being an irrational, panicking fan, or like, are you guys worried? How are you feeling about the Dodgers right now and how we've been playing? Because
maybe you guys need to calm us down because we're freaking out.
Yeah.
Well, here are my thoughts. We have Mookie coming back. I think in a week or so.
Yep.
Muncy should be back. Our bats have been kind of cold, but we are definitely missing those two guys.
Mm-hmm.
So once they come back, I think we're gonna heat up again. I think our pitching has, they've been lacking that run support.
Mm-hmm.
But once we have the full squad back, I think we should be fine. We'll be all right.
I'm glad you're level-headed about it.
You know what? That made me feel better right there.
I mean, it's part of baseball and just sports in general. The roller coasters, right? You're gonna have the ups and downs, and it's just, hopefully they're getting the bad out right now.
Yeah,
and they
I
can
like that.
get hot right before the playoffs. And that's usually what happens, right? Team that gets hot right before the playoffs tends to kind of go through the playoffs pretty easily. So,
and it's never us getting hot at the right time. So let's hope we're gonna do that this year.
Yeah, usually we have Dodgers got a big lead. So I don't know if it's just kind of they start coasting a little bit and then trying to get ramped up again for the playoffs. I don't know if that has something to do with it, but
we got to ride the waves. That's being a baseball fan, right?
Yeah, that's definitely being a baseball fan.
Well, I think the game last night really just like took me over the edge because it was, that bad call, and then we lost another series.
What did you think about that bad call?
Oh, it was a horrible call.
I think they got it wrong because, one, he was out by a mile. It's not like he was even in his way to the plate, and like he had to get the ball. I don't understand. Like you want him to
where
not?
is he supposed to go, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I'm like, but it was nice to see Dave.
Yes.
Get angry about it.
I think everybody, even other players on other teams, have even said that it was a horrible call. That's not even. I mean, yes, that bothers me, but how our players reacted during that game or not reacted, that's what makes me angry. They're not showing any emotion. They're not showing any frustration or anger. When the Phillies are like this team, this brotherhood, they're playing with fire. They're playing with hunger to win, and we're not playing like that. And they bullied us yesterday, and we did not fight back at all. So that's what I'm worried about.
Right.
It feels like it when Lux got hit.
Yeah.
He did nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Melissa's word of the year is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know I used to get really amped up over that as well. It's like, they're not showing any emotion. It's like, and then now as a little bit older, it's like, all right, they don't show the same thing I have, but it's a long season, and I can't say that they don't have that fire. It's just everyone shows it differently.
And
we're not showing it in any way. We're not showing it with our bats. They're not showing it on their faces.
But
nothing.
You can't burn out too quickly. So maybe they're just saving the fire for, in a month from now. And
I'm going to think positively and believe that. What you just said, Allie.
Do you think maybe it's because we have, these veteran players who, they've been there a little longer. We have, Freeman. I mean, Ohtani's been there for a while too. And Ohtani in general, he's just a calm guy.
We have very calm demeanor dudes. Like Freddie's a very calm demeanor. Mookie, Shohei, Will. Like
we don't have fiery guys.
The fiery people we have is like Joe Kelly in the bullpen and like Alex Vesia when he's on the mound. Teoscar maybe is going to have to be the one to step up and be a little fiery. Yeah. But
I could see Muncy stepping up and getting the team together.
I can see him. Yeah,
I could see him.
Doing something.
I could see Miggy Rowe showing some leadership in the clubhouse.
A little bit,
yeah. But we do.
Randy would have been great on this team.
Like who?
Randy Arozarena.
Arozarena would have been great. Why didn't we get him?
I know.
Come on.
It seemed like it was a given. He was going to be a Dodger, and then it didn't happen, and it was just what happened.
I know. Because he does. You're right. He has that kind of fire.
I would have loved that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been so good for
have
LA
them all,
and for him.
I know.
He would have been so welcome here in LA.
I know. I just think we have a lot of nice players, but we don't have the fiery player. So let's hope someone steps up.
It seems like Dodgers typically don't have a lot of the fiery, like, go out there and get in people's faces and type of players.
The last player we had like that was Machado, which I didn't like him to begin with, just for multiple reasons.
We also had Puig.
I was gonna say Puig was that, and I always liked him. He had his moments, where you're like, oh, dude, calm down.
I thought he was hilarious.
But he was wild. He lived up to his name. Wild Horse was accurate.
Exactly. I mean, people came out to see him. They did. It was a show.
Yep.
What is he going to do? Because it was either he's going to throw someone out at third or home, or a home run or something on the base paths.
Yeah.
So it's just that excitement that he brings.
Yeah.
And there's not really, besides Shohei, there's not really a guy that like, oh, you have to go see what he's going to do today.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that about Kershaw.
Which, as much as they didn't win the game, he just pitched. He did at least pitch well.
I felt really proud of him.
I
thought he did a great job for his third time after his surgery. His first
he's a different
surgery
pitcher
ever.
now.
Yeah.
He's definitely a different pitcher, and I'm hoping good for him. Different. I don't know what he's going to be like in the playoffs. I don't even know if we'll see him as a starter
Yeah.
in the playoffs. But as far as Kershaw goes, I'm looking forward to him getting his 3,000 strikeout.
Yes.
That's going to be a big moment for him personally, yes, in his career. And with one team, it's going to be awesome to watch.
Yeah.
So you think they're going to not have him as a starter and put him in the bullpen?
I mean, I don't see who you put him over, though.
Well,
Not
and
Glass now.
I think you need to, like, you have to prioritize what's going to be the best, you know,
I agree.
path forward to win. And if he's willing, which I think he is, that's why he stayed with us for so long.
Yeah.
I think he'll want to fill in whatever role is going to be best for us to try to win another championship.
And yeah, it's going to depend on how he looks coming down the stretch and how Gavin Stone is going to look, because he's been struggling.
Yeah.
What happens with Yamamoto, what's going to happen with him. So there's still a lot of ifs with the rotation. So
yeah,
we still have to see how he
come back?
performs the rest of the season. Because Kershaw, everybody talks about him in the postseason. He's already maybe a couple years before he retires.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hate to say it, but I don't know if you can 100% rely on him in the postseason as a starter.
Yeah.
As much as we all love him,
Yeah.
But we just have to see who's out there, who else is out there to help us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough reality, because I like literally, I think all four of us here, like, we adore him, and I want him to retire a Dodger, and I want him to get that 3,000 strikeout. Like,
he will.
I want another ring for him. But there is trepidation. Like, I tiptoe into the postseason being like, oh, what's going to happen?
Yes, I am always pretty nervous when he's up there now, but it just still feels like an honor to watch him keep going.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, he really is why I became a Dodger fan, and I would love to ask you guys, just why do you love baseball?
Yeah.
Ooh. Man, so my love for baseball came from my grandpa. My family, my dad, my uncles, we grew up in a soccer family. So they all played soccer. I played a little bit of soccer when I was a kid, but my grandpa, he was born in a small town in Mexico, in the state of Zacatecas. And they had a small baseball league out there. So he played a little bit, not so much, but he just became a fan of baseball. He coached a little bit also. So when he came to the States, thankfully he ended up in LA. And he became a Dodger fan. When the earliest memory I have is him, throwing the ball around with me. So we would watch the games together. He would have the TV on, or we would have the TV on, but he would have the radio on in Spanish. So he could listen to Jaime Jarrin, Spanish broadcaster.
Yeah.
And I would watch. I mean, I know Spanish too, but I'd be watching the TV, and even though it kind of overlapped a bit, but I mean, I might have been maybe 10 or 11 years old when I started getting into it. I played a little bit of baseball also, again, when I was a kid. But yeah, my love for it just came from my grandpa.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. What about
There's
you?
such a familial relation to it. I found, like, every person you find that loves baseball, usually someone in their family, like, there's a connection or a tie there, and it's just so sweet.
Yeah, and for me, it's the same thing. I think most of us as kids, we can relate. For me, it was my dad. He used to watch the games, and the same thing. He'd be watching the game, but turn down the volume, turn on the radio, and listen to the Spanish broadcast.
Yeah.
So at the time, I didn't talk so much Spanish. I would get frustrated because I couldn't understand everything they were saying, and we only had the one TV, so I'm trying to turn it up, and then he'd get mad, and he turned it back down, and so that's where it started. And then same thing, I just started playing. And for me, growing up when I was little, I loved the Dodgers, but I just loved the game. And I used to love watching other players and trying to imitate players when they were their batting stance and how they pitched. And I would try and imitate them. And, I grew fond of just the game itself. But as I got older, it just the passion for the Dodgers just grew more and more. So.
It's an easy thing to be passionate about. That's for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Dodger fans are amazing. So
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm like, I've only ever had great experiences. I get that maybe that's biased and one-sided because I am a Dodger fan. But I love it. It's like this. You meet people in the wild who are Dodger fans and you'll just start talking about baseball.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
you're at a
Oh, yeah.
game or, just at the grocery store, wherever it may be.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just,
Yeah. It's
Yeah, You go to a
it-
baseball game, at Dodger Stadium, and they score, Dodgers score, and everybody's high five. You're high fiving people that you've never seen before,
Yeah.
and people you're never gonna see again.
yeah.
For those couple of seconds, you're like the best friends in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're jumping up and down. You don't even know they just hit a grand slam.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's great. But yeah, we go out and we go to the breweries and we're talking with everyone watching the game. And, we all of a sudden become, like I said, managers, and we're criticizing.
Yep.
We all love to criticize Robert. So
That's true.
I like
Question
to more
everything
get
he says
into his
happen.
head and try and understand what he's thinking.
yeah,
That's a better
Yeah,
way to
it's-
go about it.
She's like, I just
right?
want to send him text messages of like, here's what I would have done.
Like, what
No,
are you
Exactly
I want
doing?
to.
what
I
I've
want to
done,
say
right?
what made you make that choice. Like I'm wondering because he knows them way better than we do. So I have
Right.
to
Definitely.
imagine
Yeah.
that there's some reason behind the moves he's making when I'm very frustrated.
and it's usually after the play goes bad, because it's never when
We never-
it works. We never give them, hey,
Yeah, we
way to
never
go,
ask,
Doc.
why did you do that when things went perfectly? It's like, man,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
we get very one track minded.
Oh, definitely we do. We tend to focus on the negative. So
Yeah,
Not
But-
us.
This is like, no, we don't.
I
you-
try and stay positive always.
Do you guys have a favorite like spot or like a typical spot in which you sit at the stadium, or do you like kind of go all around?
Lately, I think we just go all around.
Nice.
We just
Yeah.
because they've allowed access to every level now.
Yeah.
So you can go wherever you want. Before it was like you buy your ticket and you were stuck in that level.
Yeah.
So right now we could probably buy like the cheapest seat you can get, and
You're pulling the
Move around.
Melissa.
I was
She
gonna
does
say,
that.
do you actually sit in your seats, or do you get cheap seats and try and go as far down as you can, like me?
it goes
Nice.
a little bit of both.
Okay,
I drag
my
him along.
people.
I drag him. We did that one time. I forgot what we were out in the pavilion. We ended up a few rows back behind catcher home plate. So
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to know how you did
That's amazing.
accomplish that. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's
But-
my goal. She's a little bit more bold than I am, so I'm a bit more like you.
We'll go together and I'll drag you along.
Yeah.
So we definitely do like to, depending on the games too. We'll walk around, we'll talk with people, and we'll
Yeah.
grab a beer and we'll just start talking with other people. We'll hang out by the bullpen and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Well, maybe we'll meet you at a game coming
Yeah.
up.
Maybe we'll see you there.
We're
Yeah.
gonna be there. Talking about
Yeah.
just being a fan of baseball, we're actually going on Saturday, and Paul Skeens is gonna be pitching.
Oh my God, that's so
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're
Do
looking
I
forward
want
to
to
that
go
one.
on Saturday?
So
Oh.
another to add to the memories, every year my wife and I organize like I guess we can call it a family family reunion. So we call it the Lorenzana and Friends Dodger Day. So every year we pick one day, one game, and a lot of us go. So for instance, on Saturday, 80 of my friends and family are going to be there.
Oh my
We're gonna be-
gosh.
Yeah, we're going to be out in the left field pavilion
Oh,
this
that's
year.
Yeah.
epic. Okay, I will say Left Field Pavilion is a blast.
You have
That
to
is
send
a
us some
good
pictures.
time.
What was that?
You have to send us some pictures. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I need to
definitely.
see
Yeah.
a photo. I need to see the photo of you and 80 of your
I know.
friends and family.
And if
That's
you'll let us
epic.
repost it.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, we've been doing it on and off for like the past 12 years.
That's
A couple of years we
amazing.
didn't go. Well, first of all, COVID,
Yeah.
that was a mess. And then when my kids were born, it was that year, those years we couldn't make it.
Aw.
But that's an
we've been doing it
incredible
on and off.
tradition.
Yeah.
It's-
That,
yeah.
that really is.
It's fun. It's always the same people, and then plus some. some
Yeah.
extras that they hear about it and they want to join us. So I think the most we've had last year, I think I had 96 people go with us.
My gosh.
So
Okay, well,
so that's always fun.
Bravo. You
Well,
gotta keep that
I
up.
really hope that they win for you on Saturday.
Yeah.
And
be
we'll
awesome.
we'll post when we're gonna be going to the games, and hopefully we'll get to meet you there one day. It was so nice to chat with you, Moy
Awesome.
and Junior. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming
Well, thank you
on,
so
and
much.
thank you for listening to the podcast.
Yeah,
It
we
means so much to
appreciate
us.
it.
Yeah, I enjoy listening to it.
Aw.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you,
fun.
guys.
So I don't know if Adam told you we started our own little podcast also. I keep calling it little. I don't know why I keep saying little
Yeah,
podcast.
don't diminish it. She was saying that you guys are starting one. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How can we listen to
so
it?
we're working on that, and we're still trying to find our niche, how we want to.
I love
But
it.
I like your podcast because it's kind of like what I want to do, make it more personal,
Yeah.
not so much about the numbers and statistics.
Conversational,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All I
that's
want to
Yes.
do is be myself. I think that's what resonates with people. If we're
Yeah.
just talking like we normally do, that's
yeah.
just be true to you. That's what I would say.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Definitely.
we're regular people.
This is
that
what we
wanna
wanted
talk
all along.
baseball.
We wanted to talk about the Dodgers with other Dodger fans. So thank
Wait,
you
Yeah.
for doing
Tell
that for us today.
Wait, so tell us the name. What is the name of your podcast? Or do you have a name?
Oh, we do. Right now, we're calling it "I'm Not Drunk, You're Drunk."
That's
with Moy and Junior.
amazing.
And
We're working on a rebrand just to make it a little bit more PG, more
Okay.
and the name
But-
also more baseball related.
Nice.
yeah, definitely we wear the shirts to the games and people love it. They all point out, oh,
Then you guys should
I
be
love that. What
drinking
is
out
that?
of these too.
Right? Yeah, you gotta take these home with you, and then on the podcast,
I mean,
you just have to drink beer.
This is water, but
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to
Yeah,
step our
we
game up.
actually-
I know.
We have our cups too. I'm not drunk, you're drunk. So
That's amazing.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
we'd be happy to share your
Yeah.
podcast and tell people about it. So keep us in the loop, and we will talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Great.
Awesome.
Thank you. It was
so
fun.
much.
So nice
It
to
was a
meet
lot
you
of fun.
guys.
Nice to meet you
Same
guys. Have
here.
a good one.
Bye.
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 That was so fun.
That was
Recording
great.
stopped.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Yeah, I think
guys.
the episode will come out next week, and yeah, we appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah, next
What-
Thursday. I like how Adam is still hiding his face.
Yeah,
I never seen him on the podcast. I haven't seen him on the podcast
He
yet.
refuses. It's like his
He
own
wants
shtick.
to be behind the camera.
It's never gonna happen.
If you guys help us convince him, maybe he'll change his mind.
He's
Is,
out there.
Adam he's a Cubs fan, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
Okay, talk shit on the Cubs to him right now. He always talks shit on the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna give it something positive. I've been
Aw.
to Wrigley Field.
Man.
and it's
Moy,
one of my
you're the
favorite
best.
stadiums.
It
Other than
is-
Dodger Stadium. Wrigley Field is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
It's got a special
Wish
place
I
in my
had my
heart.
shirt right now.
That's
I have
fair.
A Cubs shirt
Yeah.
that I wear.
Wow.
Instead of Cubs, it says cursed. It was.
That's
Instead
amazing.
of the spelling out the Cubs, it says spelled out cursed.
That's brilliant. Okay. You need that shirt.
Yeah.
Story of my life. Story of my life.
Well, just one more thing I forgot to mention. I was one of the episodes we had. Vesia's is it girlfriend or wife?
Wife.
Wife.
Wife, yeah. So one of the games we recently went to, my 11-year-old, as many games as we've gone, we've never got a baseball. And we were hanging out by the bullpen, and he was getting ready to start warming up. And my son called him out, and Vesia tossed him the baseball. So
Oh.
that's the first, and he was super excited.
That's
First time he's
awesome.
ever got a
Oh,
baseball
I
in a
love
game.
that. He's gonna remember that forever.
Oh yeah, he has that right there, and he.
He's a good
It's
guy.
pretty cool.
He's a good
Oh
guy.
man.
We
So,
love talking to his wife and
Yeah,
Molly,
she was
Gavin's
amazing.
fiance.
Both of them. They were so
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. They sound really cool, and the podcast was great. There was a lot of things that we talked about that they mentioned about just what was it? Just yesterday we were talking about maybe doing the podcast as far as just how they handle all that pressure and
Yeah.
you know, they want to be on social media, but then all that hate that comes in,
Yeah.
people can just
Yeah.
be so
People-
cruel and just like
People can be mean, and you're just like,
it
you don't have anything better to
goes
do.
from criticizing to just bashing people. It's like
Yeah.
it's got to be a difficult.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
nice to hear their perspective on everything
Yeah.
and how they handle it.
I like how she
Yeah.
said sometimes she just writes and she's like, "Did that make you feel better?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a great response.
I have to hold myself back from responding back to the haters in our comments because I know that's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do is say nothing.
And I just
But
try
it's
to
hard
ignore
sometimes.
them. I'm like, out of sight, out of mind. Right?
I know. All right, we have
Well, thank you
one
so
more
much.
person we're talking to,
Yeah.
but nice to meet you guys.
So good to talk to
Same
you
here,
guys.
everyone.
We'll see
Bye.
you at a game.
We will. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Will.
Hi.
How are ya?
Hold on. I gotta put the hat on.
Oh, there we go.
Bravo.
Cheers.
Yeah, you guys, there's no hats for you two today.
Cheers with my shirt. You know what? I have to remember to wear hats more often. I don't actually do the hat. I do the shirt usually, but I should do that. I do the hat when I go to the game because the sun.
Same.
I think I always picture you two in a hat because it's on the cover though.
That's true. Maybe we
So
should
my-
just wear hats all the
You're
time.
always wearing hats in my mind.
I love it. That's great.
That's
you know
so
what?
funny.
Next week we're wearing hats.
Okay.
Well, Will, thank you so much for coming on. It's lovely to get to meet you.
So nice to meet
Of course.
you.
Yeah, and for the fans, we have Will joining us, and we're going to ask him some fun questions. Like, first off, tell us where you're from and how long you've been a Dodger fan for.
So I've been a Dodger fan since 1993. So, Allie, do the math on that real quick.
31 years.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah, right?
Is that
I
right?
trust you.
I'm pretty sure that's right.
And I can blame. I'll blame Mike Piazza for that.
Wow.
And I'm from SoCal. I was born in Burbank and grew up in Newbury Park in Ventura County for most of it, but I've been living in the San Fernando Valley for like 20 years. So
Nice.
yeah.
So just tried and true.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of
pretty much.
I know.
I had a short burst when I was a kid where I lived in Texas and was a Ranger fan because of Nolan Ryan.
I was going to say,
Thank God.
was
but I-
Nolan Ryan the
but-
reason for that?
Yeah, but I was also 4 and 5 years old.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's fair. I don't think anyone can blame you for wanting to be a Rangers fan because of Nolan Ryan for that brief moment in time.
That's
allowed.
fine. I'm glad you chose that.
I
team
used
and
to
not the
ask my
other.
parents to, after the game, if we could like wait outside for him to come out and like
Aw.
try to get an autograph at like 5 years old. And they did their best until it was like, it's time to leave. He's not coming out.
Oh.
Or if he already, yeah.
Oh,
So you
that's
never
so
got that.
sweet.
You never got that signature.
No, never met him.
Are your parents the reason why you're a baseball fan? Or where does your connection
No,
to
not
baseball
at all.
come
No,
from?
no. My parents, my dad's a football fan, but baseball was never his thing. So that's kind of been on my own.
Oh,
So
wow.
Mike Piazza, how did you get into it? Was it just you turned on a game one day or like what?
Yeah, I was about like 10 years old, and the buzz around Mike Piazza was a big deal, and somehow caught wind and was like, oh, right, I'm back in California and had been for years, and I like baseball. So there was a lot of LA buzz about that, and the Dodgers were playing well, sort of well. And yeah, just got back into it because of that. And then, Mike Piazza, Eric Karros, Raul Mondesi, all that, Hideo Nomo. So it was like, oh, there was a lot of hype for me to get into.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened for me because I moved to LA from New Jersey by myself. I didn't know anyone. I always loved baseball. And when I moved here, I started going to Dodger games, and Kershaw was who everybody was talking about. And the Dodgers were playing really well. So I became a huge Dodger fan from that.
Yeah, Kershaw's like the Kershaw, Matt Kemp, Andre Ethier era
Oh, that was a
like,
fun one.
solidified me yet again, because there were years when I was like not a Dodger fan again. During Frank McCourt's era, I was out, and I was actually following the Mets because I followed Piazza.
Wow, you
And-
really love him.
You're like, this is
Yeah.
my guy.
Yeah, he was my guy until I grew up and then didn't align with his political opinion, but that's another thing. And so I followed the Mets for a while, and then because I was like, didn't like what the Dodgers were doing, but got back into them when, Kershaw, Matt Kemp, and all that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I loved Matt Kemp. Which I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw like they're gonna like re-sign him for one day so he can retire a Dodger.
Yeah.
that's gonna happen
This weekend, right?
Well, I don't know when this is gonna air, but
At Alumni.
Sunday.
Yeah, it's happening at the Alumni.
right.
Yeah.
Well, what's really funny is that today is the Dodgers All Access Day, and you were telling me that you went one year and had like a really amazing day, right?
I did. So you posted a question on the Instagram about, your best experience at Dodger Stadium. And I've had a lot, like taking my daughter to her first game when she's like 3. And, the All-Star game was great, playoff games, different games as a kid. But people don't want to hear about that. That's like personal stuff. The Dodgers All Access is like really all access. So that was, that experience is wild. Okay, so I'll just get into it.
I was gonna say,
I'm waiting. I was like, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Here we go.
I need you to tell me this story.
We're just gonna sit back and listen.
2019. I'm working for a luxury real estate company, and someone says, one of the executives' assistants says, like, "You're a Dodger fan, right?" I'm like, "Isn't it obvious?" He's like, "Well, we have tickets to this event that we sometimes give to the employees. Do you want to go?" And it's Dodgers All Access. At that time, I'd never heard about it before. So me and my coworker, who was a Mets fan, we were like the only baseball people in the company that we knew about. So cool, we get to go. Take your girlfriends and you get to go do this thing. I really didn't know what it was, except we get to go to the stadium and there's some events. I was like, okay, sure. So we're waiting outside the gate. It's like a day off in the middle of like a homestand. Waiting outside the gate, and there's probably 100 to 150 people. So it's a very small group. And then they let us in the gate and then realized that along the outfield path is like these little stands set up. And it's like weird. Is this like a trade show? Like, what are they doing here? But what it is these little photo opportunities with players. It's like, oh, great. There's going to be people there. And then they all start showing up and it's like, oh, Corey Seager's here to hang out with us. And it was, the players were Corey Seager, Justin Turner, Austin Barnes.
We have Barnes and Seager hanging with us also.
Yeah, Barnesy. So that was just the first part. And then also they had Oral and Steve Yeager were sitting at a stand. They had they were posing with the 88 World Series trophy. So essentially everybody get to just take your turn with a meet and greet.
Wow.
And they were great because it was very intimate. It wasn't like huge crowds.
Yeah.
So you got to
a specific small group of people that got this moment.
Exactly. So I got to tell Corey Seager, like, oh, hey, I stole your batting stand for like my Sunday league and it's really worked for me. Thanks. He's like, oh, that's great. Cool. And like, got a picture and the whole deal. So it was totally amazing. And then the next part of it, once they get that out of the way, is they have these other stations for activities. So you could throw in the bullpens, go hit in the batting cages.
Fine.
And then Tommy Lasorda is hanging out in the dugout.
Stop.
What?
With
is
Rick
this
Monday.
A dream or is this real life?
You said
yeah, I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Wait.
I gotta tell you, they don't advertise this.
It was Tommy with Rick Monday, you said?
Yeah, it was Tommy Lasorda and Rick Monday are hanging out in the dugout.
Man.
We've got them all on our table.
Yeah, they don't advertise this because it's not quite meant for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I realized when I was there, this is like heavy corporate sponsorship gets you access.
So you were working for a good company at that time.
Yeah, I got really lucky, and I realized that like when they gave us like this pamphlet with written instructions and of the activities, it was like, thank you to our sponsors for this event. I'm like, oh, my company's on here. Oh, now I get it. That's what this is about.
Oh, man.
They do post this online with an email to get tickets. I have no idea what it would cost for like the everyday person to.
I was
to
gonna
do
say, I want to know.
It was around like $1,000.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense, I guess.
Honestly, that was just like the first half. So it's.
Oh, there's more.
I think it's kind of worth it. So,
there's more. It gets better.
So the bullpen thing is kind of neat because they have catchers set up, and then Austin Barnes is there, like feeding you a baseball. Like, here, toss it.
God.
And like I throw a couple pitches in front of them, and it's it's fun, whatever. Get another picture, cool. Then the other bullpen, they have a guy, forget his name. Who's the scout that found Fernando? He always wore that hat, the straw hat with the radar gun.
Oh gosh, yeah. What is his name?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was there
Adam-
checking radar because they're having competition for who could throw the fastest for the day.
Yeah.
So I'm going there trying to blow my elbow out,
You're like, give me Tommy John surgery. Let's go.
Yeah. I know, and it's funny too because like a year before I needed Tommy John, but that's a whole other story.
No.
So anyway, I hurt my arm doing that. Great, cool, and then down. Then they give you access to the dugout and what's in the dugout. So there's the batting cages down there, and then you get to hit in the batting cage, and Steve Yeager's there tossing meatballs to everybody, and you get to take a turn in the cage.
This is like my dream.
I know.
Yeah, it's cool. It's great, and the whole time it's not a big crowd. You kind of get to wander around and do what you want, and it's probably like an hour and a half of just like playing around in the stadium at this point. The players have left, of course, once they do their photo things, and they move on, and then we have dinner on the infield.
What?
So they set up tables there, and your party that you're with, you get a table. And this is what I think you're buying. You're buying like a seat at this table. So it's like my company bought a table.
Okay.
And then while that's going on, there's a stage there, and it's a panel, and there's Oral and Joe and Dave Roberts just talking about stories, about things. So you have dinner, and they're up there like, oh, remember this, blah, 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 it's really great, and all these wonderful things. Wow. And then they announce, they're going to announce, who threw the fastest pitch. You get free tickets. And that was the best part is I got that, too.
Oh,
so,
my God. Yeah, I was going to say, was the
Nice.
blowing out the elbow worth it? It was.
It was worth it, but I was embarrassed because I only threw 79, and I was walking up to receive my tickets.
I was gonna say.
And Oral looks at me and he's like, "Well, you look like you could throw a lot harder than 79." And then I just point and I do this, and he's like, "Oh, elbow." I'm like, "Yeah, I need TJ last year," and he's like, "Okay, I get it."
Oh my God, that's funny. Wait, okay. First off, 79 is hard. And
I'm just processing this
that.
day that you had. That truly is something in my dreams.
Yeah, how do you ever top that? Like that experience.
When he told me on the phone that people hang on to every word of the story,
he's right.
I was like, I'm sure, but like, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I feel that I need to sit and
is
just
there
be
more?
Quiet for 5 minutes to just like think about how amazing this was.
You start there at, I would say about maybe like 5 or 6 o'clock, and you leave and it's nighttime. So you're there for like 3 hours or something.
Yeah.
And, it's a crazy good experience. We got lots of pictures, and it's like, oh yeah, I threw off the mound in the bullpen and hitting the cages. But I will qualify that it's not the real cages. There's it's the old cages that they used to use in the 90s and the 80s.
Okay.
They don't give you access to the stuff they use now. That's like a
probably
whole complex
for
that's
like
underneath the stadium.
Safety reasons and stuff. They want to make
sure.
Yeah,
when you walk down in the dugout, there's like a bathroom on the left, it's like a public park bathroom. It's really old. And then there's the clubhouse doors on the right, and that's very much locked. So we couldn't get in there.
Man.
And then you kept walking, and it was like, oh, these are the facilities like the teams used to use.
Yeah.
But now the good stuff is the weight room, the giant batting cage, the bullpen is all like underneath all of the field level seats.
Gotcha.
So,
well, that's cool that the old stuff is still there though, and they've kept the integrity of it in a way.
No, I have so many questions.
They let the tourists use it.
Yeah, they're like, we'll repurpose this. That entire day is like my dream date scenario with Nick.
God.
So I'm like, man, that is amazing.
What did you have for dinner?
Well,
ooh, good question.
I don't even remember.
He was too excited. He won the tickets.
I have no idea.
Fair.
And I don't even care.
That's fair. Where were the tickets that they gave you? Like, where were the seats?
Oh, they were reserve seats. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a pair of reserve
I
tickets.
wonder,
Still
like,
free
if they're
tickets.
giving away tickets.
Yeah, like,
how
are
good
they?
of seats they
Yeah,
are.
how good are they, or they're not?
And besides your moment with Seager, which is amazing, was there another moment or a conversation you had with someone there that you still remember?
Yeah, so Barnes said I had a good curveball, so that was cool.
Hey,
Barnes said you have a good curveball?
he sees a lot of those.
He did, but I'm sure
When
he
he's Clayton
says that to all the
Kershaw's
girls.
catcher?
I'm sure he does.
No. The catchers, it was funny because the catchers in the bullpens were clearly like not baseball players. They were like groundskeepers.
Okay.
Or not groundskeepers, but they were part of like the team who works like at the stadium.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, did you play baseball at some point in your life? Just catch these people. Because most people aren't there.
Can you
They're
catch
they're
a
not
ball?
players.
Okay, go.
Yeah, can
go
you catch
sit
a
here.
ball? Yeah. Because like, yeah, it was very much like, oh, there were just people to put a mask on and a glove and stand there while they catch.
Yeah.
Did you bring a
people.
glove with you?
No. And it was sucks because I had just like my Vans shoes and like jeans, and I'm slipping as I'm trying to push off the mound, and I'm like, whatever, I'll make this work.
You're like, man, I really didn't know to bring my cleats.
I know. They should tell you guys
Yeah.
to be prepared. Was there
Also, I'm,
anything
like, not
that
warmed up and,
surprised
like,
you
yeah,
about
whatever.
being there? Like, did anything surprise you when you were there that, I don't know,
I
stood
didn't
out?
realize that the players were going to be there, you know, and very like Turner. You can tell meeting Turner, it's like his
My
energy
favorite.
is what you think it is.
Oh,
When you're like, oh, he's really kind and he's like considerate, and you know, you can see his interactions with other people. He does not look like a baseball player at all.
Mm-hmm.
wow. Yeah.
Like he feels so. I've met a few baseball players like throughout my life, and the one dead giveaway for all of them is their hands. So
Really?
when you shake their hands, they're like, not only are they huge, but they're crazy strong.
Oh,
And
that makes
every baseball player I've
sense.
met, you know, they're all just like shake their hand, and you're like, and I got pretty big hands. I'm 6'4", and I got pretty big hands. But
yeah.
when I meet a pro baseball player, like, oh, I get it.
You're like,
Turner.
wow.
Turner's the exception. He's
Aw.
his body isn't big. It doesn't have big, strong hands, but he just like he's such a freak athlete that he like maximizes his body efficiency somehow. So that was like, yeah, like Seager, huge, strong hands.
I bet.
Yeah.
Were they all in uniform?
Nah, they're just wearing like jeans and they put the Dodger top on. They do
Okay.
that when they do like public events.
Got
you
it.
know.
I wonder who's there today.
I
Of the
saw
players.
Gratterall and Yamamoto were going to be there. I wonder if
Which-
Brewstar. Oh.
Gratterall, that made
I would
y'all-
assume-
so sad. He just made his first start.
8
and
pitches.
Then immediately
That
came
was
out.
brutal.
Although
Oh.
it went from a grade 3 to a grade 1 hamstring strain.
Oh, that's
So
bad.
that's better.
Yeah,
news.
he's supposed to. There's a chance he's going to be back for playoffs, right?
I hope so.
Crossing
I just
my
was
fingers
like,
for that.
I was so excited to see him. I was like, this is his first appearance this season. And then
I know.
to have that, like, a handful of pitches later, I was like, oh.
How are you feeling
Yeah,
about
it
the
was heartbreaking.
Dodgers right now?
You know, every year they go through a patch where they look like the worst team in baseball.
Yep.
And it feels like what is going on? Every year this happens. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago when like the lineup consisted of like Sheldon Noisy and
Yes.
Kevin Pillar
Yes.
and you're like, what is happening?
You're
Yeah.
like,
What is
where's
this
our
team?
entire
I
team?
felt like that this year. I'm like, who are all these guys?
Yeah, and I'm like, every year this happens, and then they end up with like 95 plus wins. So I'm like, okay, so this is that time.
Mhm.
I haven't been a fan where they had this many injuries.
Yeah, at the same time.
So that's
Yeah.
kind of scary. But I'm just hoping that like, oh, when Mookie comes back, then
Mhm.
everyone's gonna be stoked because he's fun. So
Well,
maybe that's it.
look,
I
I'm
don't know.
hoping that maybe just all these injuries, and it does feel like it's more than years past, where it's just the entire team feels kind of decimated at one point or another. But maybe
Yeah.
that will also mean that our postseason will look different too. Because our postseason, it scares me.
That's a lot of
Like, I
hopium. I
don't
get
want
it,
it
yeah.
to look the same as it has in years past, other than obviously 2020, because that did end well. But I'm like, please don't repeat the same things.
Yeah, I worry about the team, the way the team is designed, and this is like very armchair general manager shit, where like I worry that the team is designed.
That's what we pretend to be.
Not to go long term, where it's like the arms are getting burnt out, everybody gets tired. This is like the same pattern since 2020. It's like by the time the playoffs happen, pitching is depleted and everyone's burnt out.
Yep. And
so I don't know
pitching,
what the solution with that is.
Well, you're right, because like it's like by that time our pitching, it just feels like they have nothing left to give. And then if our bats go cold, you're totally screwed. And then you're playing against teams that are deciding that that's when they're going to get hot.
I think it's because our starting pitchers are not going past 4 or 5 innings, and we're using our bullpen so much. And
because they're not.
Extremely
a buddy of mine were talking
Yeah.
about. I was like, and I had the idea. I was like, well, why don't they just sign pitchers who have better second halves than first halves?
Ooh.
Because it seems like they sign pitchers who have good first halves and they get tired. Like Glasnow's second half has been not as good. It's like, is that because he's burnt?
Yeah.
You know, and
he's
it's like,
already
okay, well,
reached the highest amount of innings pitched.
Yeah. So who are the pitchers who are out there who work the opposite, where they're like maybe on paper they're like, oh, he's got a 4 ERA. Great. He had 5 ERA in the first half and a 3 in the second half.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I want that guy.
That's a good point. I haven't heard anyone say that before.
Well, you know what? We'll
There
add
you
that
go.
to
There's
our
a hot
list
take.
to send in to Andrew Friedman. That's we have a
Oh, yeah.
running.
No, I got him a speed dial. I met him at the All
Great.
Access. We talked for a while.
Oh, perfect. See, just keep that speed dial going. Give him
I'll
a
take
we're
his
gonna-
number if you're sharing.
give him a call.
I have a few things to say to him.
You know, it's funny. I don't know if he was there or not, but like, I just think maybe he was on that panel, but he wasn't interacting with anybody. No, sure.
He probably because he
He's
didn't.
probably
he
staying
didn't
away
want
from the fans.
No,
Nice.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Time out. Hold on. He was there because it was on the panel. It was him and Stan Kasten were both talking.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Now, this was 5 years ago. Cut me some slack.
It's okay.
You're like, I can't remember that far back, so I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I
is
had to look at old
so
pictures to be
cool.
like, wait, what exactly happened during this?
I'm still thinking about Justin Turner's hands.
Well, no.
Yeah. I don't want to say he has small hands, but
I could
Mine
see
were
it
bigger.
though. I mean, we love him so much.
yeah, he's the best. He will be. I'm still thinking he's going to manage the team, in like. 8
Did you
years
hear
or
me
something.
say that in
That's
one of
what
the
she says,
episodes?
too.
That's how I've come to terms with being okay with him not on the Dodgers. That he's spreading his wings, playing for different teams, different organizations, learning how different people do things, because that will make him an even better manager than if he just played with the Dodgers.
Okay, but he already did play for like 3 other teams.
Yeah, it was like
before the
he
Dodgers.
was. Yeah, he had a few other rotations before he came to us.
Just let me think how
She's
I need
like-
to think.
But not.
okay?
But to her, in her defense, not when he was a veteran.
True.
So
And
you're not going to
and
you're not going to pay much attention when you're 23 and just like
yes, you
vying
learn
for playing time.
You learn more things as you get older. The older you get, the wiser you get. So there is a lot of truth in that. And although it still feels unnatural with him in a Mariners uniform. Like it just doesn't fit.
Blue Jays felt weird too, though.
Blue Jays felt better than Mariners. I don't know why. As
At
far as,
least
like,
we get to
visual.
see him at Dodger Stadium in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try to go to that game.
I was
Us
gonna say
too.
we're
For
gonna
sure.
go to that game.
Us too.
We need to buy tickets.
Yeah, we're gonna hopefully meet some other Dodger fans there. So
Yeah.
let us know if you're going.
Yeah. Get to
Will do.
say hello in the flesh.
I know. Well, Will, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us. I'm just gonna dream of your life.
I know. This was the best
Well,
way.
email, find out how much Dodgers All Access costs, and then this is what you do: is you write it off as a business expense.
I was
for the
like, I'm gonna
podcast
ask
to get
my-
content.
Look, I'm gonna call up Frank and be like, Frank, we
Frank?
need a table. We need to sponsor
I don't
a
know.
table.
I don't know who Frank is, but
That's
sure,
my
go for it.
boss. So yes.
Sure.
He runs this whole
Yeah.
office that we're at.
Yeah, he's letting us do this here. So we're just gonna be like, Frank, we need a table to promote the podcast, and also your daughter who loves Dodgers, she can come too.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, because
Throw
there
that
was.
in there.
I think there was 6 of us, so maybe you could just buy 2 seats and see how much that costs. But think of the content; it'd be great.
Oh,
I
it's
know.
a brilliant idea.
Great idea.
We're
Will.
gonna take it and run with that.
I know. Well, thanks again,
All right.
Will. It
Well,
was
good luck
great
with that.
talking to you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, see you at a game.
Sure. All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
That was fun.
That was great. Okay, that story is insane. So I'm like, tell me more.
I want to shake Justin Turner's hand. Small hands.
I need all access vibes in my life.
It's today.
Next year.
Everyone he said, we're like, oh, we have him here. Oh, we have him here.
We hang out with them too every week.
Just a very small version of them.
Yeah. Little tiny baby ones. We hope you enjoyed this episode.
We had so much fun talking to Will, Maile, Moy, and Junior.
So we hope you enjoyed getting to know them as much as we did. And
reach out if you want to be on the next one.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Talk to you next week.
Go Dodgers.
Woohoo. I always do that. Woohoo. It's like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
I can do the first part, you do the second part?
Okay, go.
Okay. Hi, everybody. That felt very manufactured.
I know.
Wow, I was like, this is the
I
host
just like
show.
going with the flow.
Gosh. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Today, we have Maile with us, who I love, like, wonderfully. Oh, God. This is just so bad.
Oh, wait.
Don't leave.
Adam needs you.
Don't leave, apparently.
So we need to do one thing before each of these calls. So the girls need to introduce you by just saying your name. And then
Wow, that'd be a good idea. Nice.
We
They
didn't
were great.
even
I like
go
them.
over.
What?
We had
Again?
2 minutes to spare.
Again?
No.
I am hella proud of us.
7:45, I thought.
understand the-
Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was lovely to get to have you on and meet you. And for the fans, we have Will. No, not yet. Okay.
we're not
Adam
recording the video
needs.
yet.
Oh, yeah, we're
Oh.
not. Just kidding. This is a fun work in progress over here.
This is just our first time doing this, so Adam is helping us through.
Okay, Maile, thank you very much.
Wow!
Sorry, I was so startled to see your face.
No, it's fine.
That's hilarious. One slip up. Man, God.
Thank you very much. You saw behind the scenes, but we appreciate it. And
Thank
yeah,
you,
well,
Maile. You're the best.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Later.
Now do an outro.
Oh.
Say, hey guys, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed meeting some of our fans. See you next week.
That was great. Let's do that.
Yeah. Adam just did the outro for all of us. Perfect.
Can you talk into the microphone?
Do you remember what I just said, or did you?
No,
just
I
say-
actually think it's better if we use what you just said and you do that outro. Oh, you said you don't have a mic.
He doesn't. Well, here you can come right back here if you want.
Come on.
My voice is-
Don't you
Well-
want to meet Adam, guys?
One of these days you're gonna meet Adam, guys.
One fan has
One
met him.
fan accidentally saw Adam's face, everybody, and I think
Did you mean to do that or no?
no. He just
Oh.
turned it so quickly and didn't realize. But anyway,